Merry Christmas, Stafford Crossing. Hey, to celebrate the birth of Christ, let's sing a few songs together. And go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. While shepherds kept their watching over silent flocks by night, behold, throughout the heavens there shone a holy light. Yeah, so go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born.
The shepherds feared and trembled when low above the earth rang out the angel chorus that hailed our Savior's birth.
Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born.
Down in a lowly manger, the humble Christ was born and brought us God's salvation that blessed Christmas morn.
When I am a seeker, I seek both night and day. I seek the Lord to help me, and He shows me the way. So go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. So go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. That Jesus Christ is born. That Jesus Christ is born. Yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, oh,
Joy to the world on a night like no other. Emmanuel, God is with us. Beggars and kings, let us come and adore Him. Rest in His peace and bow before Him. Sing, all you people, the Lord Almighty reigns. Sing, every creature of God, come bless His name. For He is good, for He is good. He was born to conquer the grave. Light of the world, the reason for Christmas Day. Stars we have seen over deserts and oceans. The darkness was deep, but never bless his name. For he is good, for he is good. He was born to conquer the grave. Light of the world, the reason for Christmas Day. From the mountains we will shout it out, for the Lord our God Almighty reigns. He is with us, he is with us now, for the Lord our God Almighty reigns. From the mountains we will shout it out, for the Lord our God Almighty reigns. He is with us, he is with us now, for the Lord our God Almighty reigns. Sing all you people, the Lord Almighty reigns. Sing every creature of God, come bless his name. For he is good, for he is good. He was born to conquer the grave. Light of the world, the reason for Christmas. Sing all you people, the Lord Almighty reigns. Sing every creature of God, come bless his name. For he is good, for he is good. He was born to conquer the grave. Light of the world, the reason for Christmas Day. Light of the world, the reason for Christmas Day.
So Merry Christmas, and here's a word from our Pastor Dave.
Merry Christmas. We hope you had or are having a wonderful time celebrating Jesus together, and we're so glad that you included us in your celebration this year. You know, holidays in general are really great, but then we're kind of done with them, right? There are aspects of the holiday that we want to carry with us, and there are other parts of the holiday that we just get rid of or put away. For example, my family carves pumpkins for Halloween. And it's a big, gooey, fun mess. We love setting them out on the porch and lighting the candles inside to reveal our handiwork. But eventually, those pumpkins gotta go. And this year, we let them linger a little too long, and we finally started getting some notices from FEMA, so we tossed them in the woods. The pumpkins were great, but the holiday was over and they needed to go. And the same is true for Christmas. Today is Christmas Day. Most of us have been preparing for this day for about a month. We've decorated our homes, we've prepared special meals to enjoy with friends or family, we've purchased and hidden and then wrapped and then given presents to one another. And since you're watching this video, you probably also went to a Christmas Eve service. We've done a lot leading up to this day, and there are parts of our Christmas celebration that really need to go or need to be put away. The Christmas tree, like this one behind me, will either go into a box to take an 11-month nap, or if you have a real tree, it's going to the landfill. That special meal that you prepared, if there are leftovers, you'll eat those until you just can't take any more, and then you'll toss it or feed the last little bit to the dog. And those lights that you hung up on the house, those need to come down fairly soon, or you'll be that house in the neighborhood. Even the gifts we've given to each other, hopefully they have a longer life expectancy than the leftover meal, but they too will lose their glimmer, and they will fade into disuse or simply become commonplace in our life. Now don't get me wrong, all of those things that I just talked about are wonderful parts of our Christmas celebrations, and I would be really sad if we had to forego any of those things. But maybe this is a good distinction for us to keep in mind as we celebrate Christmas today. If it will go back in a box, if it will be thrown out in the near future, if it loses my interest within the next few months, then maybe it wasn't the most important part of Christmas. When we think about the day Jesus was born, there were a lot of things about that day that Joseph and Mary did not hold dear. Read with me in Luke chapter 2. In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. This was the first census that took place while Quirinius was governor of Syria. And everyone went to their own town to register. So Joseph also went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea, to Bethlehem, the town of David, because he belonged to the house and line of David. And he went there to register with Mary, who was pledged to be married to him and was expecting a child. While they were there, the time came for the baby to be born. And she gave birth to her firstborn, a son. She wrapped him in cloths and placed him in a manger because there was no guest room available for them. Now, I really doubt that they were all excited about Mary giving birth in an animal stable. And I really doubt they savored the aroma of cattle or sheep as Jesus took his first breath. I think it's unlikely they held on to the feeding trough that served as Jesus' first crib. Those things were all there. They were part of Jesus' birth, but they were not the most important things. There was only one essential part of that fateful day, the baby boy that would grow to be the man who would lay down his life for all humanity to have the opportunity to know God personally. The sights and sounds and smells and fear and pain of that day all faded and became lost to memory. But the person of Jesus remained solid and tangible and present in Joseph's and Mary's lives from that day forward. So as we celebrate Christmas Day in our homes with our families and friends, enjoy all the decor and the food and the gifts and the ambiance, but take to heart the only part of it all that is essential, the person of Jesus. As we celebrate his most humble advent, may he never go into a box in our hearts. May he never be set aside like a gift we've grown tired of. May he never be tossed out of our lives like old dinner leftovers. Instead, may Jesus' presence in our hearts and minds increase. May his power rise up to renovate our lives in new ways between today and next Christmas. And may our love for him be expressed in deeper and more sacrificial ways in the coming year. And may we live in the mindset and the reality that Jesus' advent at Christmas was not a one and done. As we said in our Christmas teaching series this year, Christmas initiated a new phase of God's plan to redeem mankind in both justice and grace. And we're told that Jesus will come again in the culmination of God's redemptive plan. Jesus himself talked about this in Matthew chapters 24 through 25. In 24:30 he says this, "Then will appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then all of the peoples of the earth will mourn when they see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven with power and great glory." Jesus' first coming at Christmas was humble and low-key and a great sacrifice. His return will be the opposite in every way. He will come in power and glory. He will come to defeat sin once and for all, to restore all things to perfect harmony with God. Everyone but Joseph and Mary and the shepherds and the wise men missed Jesus at Christmas. No one will miss his second coming. Christmas started something new for humanity. Christ's second coming will finalize this new work for all time. Well, we hope you have a wonderful time celebrating Jesus, his first arrival in Christmas this year. And we look forward to moving into 2023 together, learning more and more what it means to create a community that chooses to give our best each day to trust and follow Jesus as we anticipate his second coming. God bless you.